But okay, all that was like 2004-ish era. What
Yeah.
year does Dolla get killed in?
Dolla got killed in 2009.
Okay, so how many years were you working with him in total?
I was working with Dolla from like maybe like 2001, 2000, like early 2000.
Working his career the whole time.
Yeah.
And was it reaching a high point around the time he got killed?
Hell yeah, we was number 65 on the Billboard chart with Who the Fuck Is That with T-Pain. We were number 2 on 106 in Park and probably gonna end up beating Bow Wow. Like, you know, that's when Bow Wow was Mr. 106 in Park. You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah. And we had great records. That record right there was a record that we didn't even really like. It was like we had so much better music that fit him.
Right.
You know? We felt like this record is, but the record took off.
Right.
You know? And it'd be the record, a lot of the times it'd be the record that you really don't like that much that just takes off, and that fucking record took off.
And so was he an artist who was really in the streets? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
But he's from Atlanta.
He was born in Chicago but raised in Atlanta.
But so then he comes out to LA and does he start to kind of get mixed up in the politics or what?
No, he was never mixed up in the politics. He was around us, so yeah, he claimed Mansfield.
Okay.
And it was in his heart because the only people that he knew was us, even in Atlanta. Like I said, he was a kid when he got around me and got around all of my homies and stuff like that. So, you know, he grew into it or whatever the case may be. And he never really had to deal with the politics because I was dealing with the politics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he used to go to the hood on his own. He, you know, some of my other younger homies or whatever the case may be that were real, like, had them names in the streets. You know, he took a liking to certain people, and that was his crew. Like, you know what I'm saying? My homeboy K-Swiss, my homeboy Lil Swiss, Baby Diamond, Nightmare, G Blue. Like, that was his crew. You know what I'm saying? And they were all his age. I was probably the oldest one. And they looked at me like uncle or big brother, pops. Like, even to this day, like, 2 of them are in jail right now. And when I talk to them, they like, what's up, pops? You know what I'm saying? Because I was always older than them. I wasn't that much older than them, but again, I jumped off the porch early, and I've always been involved in older stuff and carried myself older, you know? So I was a few years older than them.
For sure. So what happened that day at the Beverly Center? Were you there?
No, I wasn't there. Scrap was there. My homegirl Sai, his DJ Shabazz, that was from the Bay Area, which I pretty much raised all of them, you know. But it was something that extended from Atlanta. Like, you know, they have this story to where the guy followed him on a plane. That's not true. He actually had a girlfriend, and it was her birthday, and he flew her out here for her birthday because all her family was out here, but she went to school in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
So she was in college in Atlanta. So he just flew her back to LA for, you know, to throw her party with all of her friends. And then from there, they were gonna leave. I was actually building the company. Like, I was actually like, okay, his shit is taking off. I'm gonna sign this person. I'm gonna sign this. And I was signing them this girl named Lexi. She was a young white girl she was a singer. She was dope. She actually had a deal on the table with Interscope with Vincent Herbert. And there was a group called Rock City that used to be signed to Akon as 2 brothers.
Right.
And they do a lot of writing. Like, they do a lot of big writing now. They had wrote the songs for the demo, because back then, you know, you needed pretty much a demo and then the relationships. It wasn't about the numbers. And they wanted to sign her. So I was actually in Atlanta with her parents at her parents' house signing her when I got the phone call.
Wow. And but wait, it was related to the fact that he had flown out his girl?
No. Well, it wasn't related to that.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying,
That's just the circumstance.
Circumstances that he was out, why he was in LA in the first place, and then he had a show before that, so it wasn't like the guy followed him like they saying, because he didn't come straight to LA. He did a show in Texas first, then came to LA, did her party. They were leaving to go take the rental-car back, get on the plane to come back to Atlanta. And his favorite restaurant at the time was PF Chang's.
Okay.
And they were originally supposed to go to Chipotle, which was across the street from the Beverly Center in that shopping center.
Right.
And they end up going to PF Chang's. He like pretty much begged them, like, let's go. And they was like, no, you know, we got business to handle. Let's take the car back, get on the plane, get to Atlanta. And he just like, no, let's go there. So, you know, him being him, they all followed what he wanted to do, which was go to PF Chang's. They sit down and eat. The guy that they had an altercation with in Atlanta that was already squashed because they, we had mutual friends that knew him. He was in the restaurant already.
Wow.
And I guess he went to the bathroom, they seen him, and they was like, yo, like, oh, that's the guys. So they just kept eating, and they went out. After they got through eating, they went out, and he was in the valet, waiting. And
it went down right there.
And it went down right there. It was out of fear, thinking that they probably was going to do something to him, and because you got to think, I'm from LA.
But if he left first,
yeah,
then I mean, he could have just left, right?
Yeah, but I think, and I don't know, but you hear stories or whatever the case may be. I guess whoever you was with was saying, oh, like they got a lot of power out here. You better get them first before they get you. But I don't know how true that is. So you know what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what I heard as far as the aftermath.
Right.
But I mean, again, like I'm from LA, and I don't care if I see my worst enemy. I'm not shooting him in the valet of the Beverly Center unless my life is threatened and I have a gun, and Dolla didn't have a gun. Nobody would have had a gun. So I don't know how he could feel threatened. Yeah. So I feel like it was out of fear. Like anybody that does that right there at the Beverly Center in Beverly Hills, I'm from LA. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because you're saying like, oh, it goes down in Hollywood, which is true, but when you think about like the fucking Beverly Center, it's a nice ass mall in a nice ass area. So like probably the least dangerous part of Hollywood, or at least one of, and that's like the last place that you would picture that going down at. Yeah.
He did it in the valet. Like I can see if it was in Hollywood leaving outside of a club, this was in the valet.
Wow. So how do you even attempt to manage this? Like what becomes of your life at that point?
Shit, like a regular human being, you have to handle things mentally. There's nothing physical about this world. It's like no matter what happens, if, you break down mentally, it's all over with. And, I went through my depression stage. And
right, because you built your whole life around this guy. Yeah.
And feeling like, and not even really just building my whole life, is like when you come from where I come from.
The business
and
part
the business part, and you see the opportunity. I lost pretty much my brother, my little brother, my son. Like, somebody that I pretty much had something to do with his life for a long, for a period of time of grooming him or whatever the case may be. So, and him being with me, moving to LA with me, his mom allowing him and trusting him to move to LA with me, you know what I'm saying? Then it's kind of like it fucked me up mentally. It's like, damn, like, and I've always tried to protect him and make sure nothing happened to him. And, she's not mad or anything because it didn't have anything to do with any gang shit. I wasn't there for the first altercation, and I wasn't there for the second altercation. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like she's mad at me or whatever the case may be of that happening to him. But it fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you can always get money, but I can't get him back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, I feel like I lost my son, and it's like, damn, like, and it was something that's like me coming home and accomplishing the shit when people counted me out.
Yeah.
I was counted out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, it's like, this nigga ain't gonna make it to 18. That's why I said I feel like jail saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga was going hard.
Did you start to doubt if you even wanted to do this music shit?
I started doing music for a long time. I started like focusing on TV stuff, and I lost the passion for music, and Akon called me. He was working on his project, and he pretty much kind of got me out that slump. Like, yo, come to Atlanta. I need help with this project. It was a street project he was doing, so, with him traveling to Africa and being kind of out of tune, he was like, I know you in tune with all this shit. Come help me. So I went to Atlanta. He'd be in Africa, and I'd be in the studio just writing. He'd be like, yo, they got the beats there for you, the beats that I picked and this and that, and I would just write for him.
Really?
Yeah, and I ended up getting 2 singles off of The Concrete Jungle, which was a song called We On with Yo Gotti, and then a song called Throw That D that DJ Felly Fell produced, but his politics was kind of fucked up, so.
Right. That's crazy to think that Akon is so famous and busy that he could have an album being worked on and he's just off doing other shit, and then he's just got his team working on the project and he's not even around for it.
Yeah, I mean, but don't get me wrong, like, right? That dude writes and he does beats. It was just like a lot of the street shit and, certain things. So when he did come in, he would write his own. It's not like he don't write his own shit, and he wrote for other people too. But this particular project, I had a lot to do with it. Actually, me and his name is Money Man now, but he used to be called J Money.
Money Man.
Was it Money J? No, it was J Money.
But I know Money Man. He's big now.
Yeah, Money Man. Me and him worked on that project.
Oh, wow.
He was signed to Akon.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Him and French was up. That's how I know French Montana too. They were all signed to Akon. Red Cafe, Kobe Adonis, Cartier Official, YB, your boy from the Bay Area.
Right.
They were all signed to him. But at that time, me and Money Man pretty much did that whole project.
I don't know what your financial situation was like before this, but I would assume that getting writing credits on a bunch of huge Akon records probably changed your life a little bit.
No, it didn't change my life.
You were already doing good before that?
Yeah, pretty much.
But that must have been a nice check. It's probably still a nice check.
No, because I did get paid for it, right? And I did get a percentage of every song that I wrote. But have you seen Akon with an album out? A lot of it was fucked up. Like,
oh,
you know
a lot
what I'm
of it
saying?
didn't even come out.
A lot of it didn't come. The 2 songs came out. They ended up putting a cease and desist on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So what, his label shit was fucked up?
Yeah. You see, he getting sued now by the person he was signed to.
Oh. Goddamn.
So it'll be a lot into that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, guys, we want to thank you so much for getting us to 100,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. If you want to support, please click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200K. Thank you. Thank you so much.